All right, shut up. We're going live. We're going live.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Dropped Baby Podcast.
It's the Drop Baby Podcast, brought to you by Freedom.
Freedom! Freedom! Oh my God, freedom! Sorry, I was still putting in the MatPat thing, and I forgot I didn't have it.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, check out the 4th of July logo made in
5 minutes.
Well, technically, with the final edit at the end, it's been 7 hours.
Oh, wow. It took a long fucking time.
I made the Statue of Liberty herself. Statue. Happy 4th of July, Jake.
Yeah.
Don't you just love America?
Yeah, it's my favorite holiday in my favorite country.
You know, this is actually Tori's favorite holiday.
Why?
She likes colors. Pretty light.
Shiny.
Shiny. Yeah.
It's like I have Pokemon in the sky. Oh my God, that one looks like a flower. You know what?
Because Hamilton fought for our rights to shoot off and blow shit up. You know what
Hamilton fought for my right to shoot ropes.
You know, yeah, I like shooting big old fireworks. Big, floppy fireworkos, you know? Just steamy, hot, sexy fireworks. Just look at this, man. Just big booms.
Yeah, big booms.
Things that go, wa-da-da-da-da, wa-da-da-da-da-ba, wa-ba-da-ba-da. And everyone's like, oh shit, those some big booms, Jerry. And I'm like, yeah, big booms!
Hey, big booms!
Big booms! Big sweaty booms.
Yeah, big sweaty booms.
That was a lot of work for that little visual bit, but I love it. And
yeah.
It's for all you listeners on the good old YouTube. Everyone knows YouTube. If it wasn't for YouTube, budding content creators like us would probably make it. We wouldn't be so restricted and hidden from everyone and looked down upon and called measly peasant bag people.
Yeah. So what's your favorite freedom, Fliz?
Like.
What's your favorite freedom? It's 4th of July. What's your favorite freedom?
I like how legally, do we have freedom? Like, favorite freedom? I like that I'm free to own something as long as I'm going to continually pay taxes on it, even though it's my personal property.
I happen to enjoy the freedom of having the biggest prison population in the world. That's my favorite thing about America's freedom.
That's a great freedom to have.
Yeah, I love that freedom. I also love that there's, the freedom to die if you can't pay for health care.
I like the freedom to go off at 18 and shoot people, but not be allowed a cigarette or a fucking beer.
Or a vote.
Or a vote, yeah. Hey, you're not old enough to be like classified.
Or
isn't that if they're not an adult thing?
You can send them at like 17. You can enlist in the army at like 17.
Yeah, like what the fuck? You can't drink, smoke, vote, like pretty much anything that
rent a car? I still can't rent a car.
I can.
No, you can't.
As of September.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, soon.
Yeah, I'm gonna
you can't now.
I'm gonna be a car renting man. I'm gonna rent cars and crash them into gas stations.
Yeah, the 2 or 3 year anniversary of when I worked at the gas station and the car burst through the front of the store. Hey, that could be my little story time from Jake today. So a couple years ago, I'm working at the gas station. It's 4th of July, or it was the day before. I forget. I think it was actually the 3rd. And it's just like a weird, timing thing with now that it's popping up today. But I'm working with my buddy, and he's going off to stock like the soda machine and shit.
Is this?
And about 5 feet away from him, a car comes barreling through the store, goes to aisle 3, like the whole car is in the store. I was turned around. I shit you not. So I wasn't looking when this happened. But literally, it just sounded like a 2-liter fell off the shelf. Like, it did not even sound that loud. And I turn around, my coworker's going, what the fuck? What the fuck? Just in different inflections, like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Just going the fuck off. And I just don't know what to do. I'm just like, damn, that's a car. And then, so we get him out of the car. We get him out, and we're staying outside because obviously the integrity of the building is now compromised. You know, there's a car in there. It took out like a load-bearing wall. And, you know, people are still pulling up and trying to go inside like, I need cigarettes. And I'm like, no, you can't go in there. And they're like, well, why not? I don't need to go to the half of the store that the car's in.
That's a fair point, though. That'd be.
It's not. It's not. We were.
Oh, we just got.
We got
God
the lizard. Here,
Surprise! Come around.
Come around.
Here, we got a.
Oh, he's got his red drink. He's got his Patriot Punch.
Patriot Punch. Hey, man, happy 4th. We were just talking about the bad parts of America.
What's your favorite freedom?
Favorite freedom.
Favorite freedom.
We have freedoms.
Fliz is slowly becoming the lizard. Because he said the exact same thing.
I guess be able to walk outside.
Yeah. He likes to be.
No, man, it's COVID time. You gotta stay inside.
Not having to wear a mask no more.
Yeah, that's a freedom. I wish we had freedom to fucking free ball in stores, you know what I mean? Like, no shoes, no service. Fuck that, dude. That's my freedom. If I want to come in with my dick out, that's on you guys. Don't come to the fucking Walmart if you don't want to see some peen.
Biden just had the 4th of July speech. And it was funny because he was talking about the COVID virus, talking about how we're going to defeat it and everything. Then he started coughing.
Oh man. So I only had like one real segment set up because I figured, you know, it's a light casual holiday alone will bring stuff up.
Right.
New environment, and we're not in the studio today. What's your guys' like favorite boom, as Tori said? So like favorite explosive, you know.
Does it have to be like
firework?
Yeah, firework or just favorite explosive? 'Cause that's a
she
big
just
difference.
said favorite boom, so.
I like that big ass loud motherfucker. Sounds like a cannon.
Which one's that?
It's called the Jake.
The Jake?
I don't know. It sounds like an M80 going off.
Okay. What's your favorite boom?
Well, yeah, or if we're gonna go with like 4th of July appropriate, sort of fireworks, I'm gonna go the farthest I can, and that would be a half stick.
Oh, dude,
love me some half sticks.
My favorite boom is Hiroshima. It was so big, dude. I bet it was loud as fuck. I bet people could not hear.
Dude, it was so loud that it sound like the sound of their shadows got burned into the ground.
Lizards
Yeah, dude.
don't like nuclear weapons.
Lizards don't. Why not?
Why don't lizards like nuclear weapons?
Because they destroyed a bunch of our ancestors.
You're gonna have to get closer, lizard. Come on, take a seat. Take a seat.
Yeah, the
man.
nuclear weapons destroyed a bunch of our ancestors a long time ago. Well,
So you're like Godzilla people?
well, they had that nuclear technology long before humans did.
Oh, okay.
So what's the lizard planet's Independence Day?
Independence Day?
Yeah, what's the lizard planet's
Well,
Independence Day?
the way he described it last time, I always assumed it was just like, you know, a planet of thieves. Like, they all ran their own clans and there was no form of government. It was just kind of, you know,
Yeah, they're all
tribal.
Yeah, they're
Like
all,
very high-tech tribal people.
They're all fully independent because they have plenty of technology. They don't have to rely on a bunch of other.
You got a smoke on you, my man?
Smoke?
Yeah, a cigarette by perchance?
Yeah.
Oh, what do you know? I would love to have one of those.
Lizards always have smokes.
Oh, I didn't
so-
know me and the lizard smoke the same kind of cigarettes.
Yeah, dude. You and the lizard, you're slowly becoming the lizard.
Slowly but surely.
Hey, man, so how does it feel to know that today your grandson could be born?
Well, it feels, I don't really want it to happen, though.
Is it because you'd have to miss the fireworks?
Yeah, I'd have to miss the fireworks. I don't really want it to happen today.
Yeah, you guys got a
I'd
lot of
rather it be in a
fireworks.
couple weeks, you know what I mean?
Yeah, plus then that kid's always gonna be bogarting the holiday like it's about me, not about freedom.
Dude, I'd let it be. I'd rather celebrate my son than America.
I don't know about that, man.
I'm all
George
about that
Washington will-
Chinese capitalism.
Dude, do you want George Washington to get out of his grave and fucking kick your son's ass? Because that's what happens when you're born on the 4th of July. Abe Lincoln, George Washington, and Benjamin Franklin all rise from their grave and kick some ass.
Why Ben Franklin?
Because he's always mooching off other people's ideas.
Well, a lot of people don't know that Ben Franklin was gay. And,
Yeah,
What?
that's why he flew that kite.
I thought he was just bi and fucked everything, like everyone did back then. Back then, no one cared.
I don't think that's true.
I mean, they cared, but no one cared.
Well,
Not in America.
yeah,
America was gay, dude. America was founded by 3 gay men named Roberto, Enrique, and Paul.
And Paul.
Benjamin Franklin was gay. He liked it in the butt.
Well, that's fine. Do you think he'd be happy with what we've done with electricity?
He probably like that everyone pays for it. He loves that part.
Yeah, he was pretty big on the.
Yeah, he likes fucking people in the butt too.
With electricity
Is
bills.
that, so this is the gay 4th episode, huh?
Yeah.
Big old gay 4th.
April gay 4th.
April gay 4th.
So, what a perfect time to transition, eh? So, what are you looking forward to on this 4th? I mean, this 4th has to be better than last time, because last time I got in a fight with my dad and then got kicked out the next day.
My last 4th was pretty cool. I stayed home and didn't really do anything.
Cranberry. Pretty good.
So Lizard's looking forward to cranberries.
Yeah.
Honestly,
That's another freedom. Where you get to drink whatever you want to drink.
That's not true, man. I tried to buy some fucking OxyClean and some Solo cups, dude, and they called security on me. They were like, hey, can you read the warning labels? And I was like, this is America. I don't have to read shit.
I would have just replied, oh, it's not for me, it's for the kids.
Well, I mean, it was, but then they would have got more upset.
Yeah. Where is the ashy tray?
Up your ass and around the corner.
Oh! We just peaked like fuck.
Yeah, we're either too quiet or we're peaking.
So I'm going to turn us down a bit because I haven't yet. And that seems to be perfect where I'm at.
I don't know. We usually need to be sitting in the yellow.
Usually, but I feel like we'll be fine. I'll put it a little bit more on.
Yeah, this is the
Just a
technical
bit.
difficulties cast.
Well, we don't have a stand. You see, someone didn't bring the mic. So we're using the hand mic
Yeah.
for my videos
Yeah.
that I will be doing. Hey, what you drinking?
It's cranberry something. Can't remember what it was.
If you can't remember, you automatically have to just say jizz.
That's the rule of the Drop Baby podcast.
Yeah, so if you can't remember, you have to say cranberry jizz. So what are you drinking?
Cranberry jizz?
Yeah. Oh, okay. I don't know if my computer froze or if we dropped, but we're cool.
All right, good.
Yeah, someone
Oh.
check the cast. Like,
Yeah,
is anyone?
Yeah, I'm still on. It's still looking good.
I didn't send it out to anybody,
I
so
sent it out.
that's good.
Dope.
Dope. You're just gonna yell dope, huh? Bro, we're out in the middle of nowhere and have a better signal than right where we're usually at your place, man.
Man, I don't want to hear about my internet. My internet, dude, okay, there's a scam. Let me tell you about a scam. This is the exposing episode where I expose things. We're going to get to that, all right? But you know what? Let me expose something. They throttle your internet in the nighttime and give it away, all right? They really do. Whenever I try to stream in the middle of the night, my internet is more fucked than it is in the day. And in the daytime, everyone's streaming shit at my house, watching things, being stupid, not letting me do what I need to do. And you know what? I blame Benjamin Franklin.
Why do you blame Benjamin Franklin?
Because he invented electricity. Otherwise, I could just be out in the town square screaming like a maniac.
Why would you be doing that?
Because that would be the Drop Baby podcast.
We would just be people screaming in the street?
Yeah, we would just be like street preachers.
I feel like we'd just be sad and
I'm dropping baby lizards the other day.
What the hell does that... You talking about jacking it?
No, dropping baby lizards. They was coming out of my butt.
Oh.
Okay.
I was dropping them out. That's what happens to you sometimes. You get that colitis shit. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, lizards come from that and snakes come from hemorrhoids. That's just science.
Snakes come from hemorrhoids?
Yeah, dude.
That explains.
I'm a lizard, and
Why else would there be snakes coming out of my ass?
I'm a lizard. My old lady is a butterfly, and my daughter is a dragonfly. So I don't know what.
I'm a frog, and I'm eating that dragonfly.
I don't know what the kid's gonna come out half dragonfly, half frog.
Okay, so you know those like performers at circuses that like put snakes up their noses and like out their mouths
no,
and shit?
I don't.
No, you've never seen that?
No, tell me more.
Well, they do it, and I wanted to know what happens if they accidentally swallow the snake.
It come out the butt.
Comes out the butt.
Right, and then how will they know if they have hemorrhoids or not?
They won't.
That might give them colitis, huh?
Might.
Then they got lizards and snakes. That's just a fight in there.
A fight and a half, my man.
Fight and a half in the ass.
Oh.
So, tell me, Mr. Lizard, what you up to?
Well, we're gonna get ready to shoot off some fireworks here after a while. Yeah, but my doctor was supposed to give me a appointment going. He never called me yet. I gotta get another tube stuck up my ass.
Oh man, you should save some fireworks for that one.
Yeah, I think it was for laying too many lizards.
Yeah, too many lizards.
Yeah,
You know, I don't see a lot of lizards around the house for all the lizards you lay.
Yeah, where are these lizards
Do you
going?
flush them? Because that's just cruel.
I've been letting them loose.
Where?
They get in there, but they get outside and get eaten by the snakes.
Oh!
Oh, well, of course.
Dude, your neighbors must have hemorrhoids if there's that many snakes around here.
Yeah, where did you get all these snakes?
Well,
You know I'm afraid of snakes, my dude?
There's a bunch of them, man. I don't see them very often, but I know they're out there. Because they eat the lizards.
We should go catch some snakes.
Catch some snake. How long have we been going?
For a time. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't tell us on...
No, it doesn't.
Oh, boy. That means I have to check... It's 21 minutes.
Wow, this is the longest podcast we've ever done.
Yeah,
See,
bye.
You can go an hour, don't you?
Sometimes. It
Sometimes.
depends.
Anytime. Usually 30 to an hour.
Sometimes go an hour, but it's 4th of July, and
We gotta blow shit up.
and we might have to.
We got quite a hefty supply of blow-ups.
Yeah, tell them about all the things you bought, Fliz.
I bought a lot of things. 192 shot Comet. What was $150? That's gonna be the finale.
What was it called? The Cum Comet?
Yeah, the Cum Comet.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna stay under an umbrella for that one.
I'm gonna. Robbie's probably gonna keep his mouth open.
No, he's gonna walk out there with a cup. He wants to savor it.
Robbie. Well, should we get to the fanfic?
No, I gotta expose. I gotta expose MatPat.
I forgot. That's all the way at the bottom.
Yep.
Yep, we're exposing Moot Poot.
Okay. Serious time here.
Let me-
I got it. It's fine. I'm good. Just be a little quieter.
No,
All
you
right.
can talk normal. I'll just...
All right, so here's the deal. MatPat of Game Theory. All right, everyone thinks he's so great, makes such family-friendly content. All right. He tries to be a journalist. Well, I found a hole in his journalistic integrity. You see, yesterday, July 3rd, he uploaded a video about Kanye Quest 3030. All right? And the whole thing about the Ascension cult. I'm pretty sure everyone knows about that. That's been following the Kanye Quests.
You might want to fill him in.
Well, if you enter in like some sort of secret passcode to an NPC, it'll.
Bad.
Yeah, cults are
You're
bad.
bad at explaining this.
So, well, yeah, because that's not the meat of what I'm trying to talk about.
Well, you
So,
gotta give him some background.
I'm working on it, Flesh. Stop interrupting me. Anyway, so if you enter in a certain thing to an NPC, it'll take you to this thing where it tells you it's all a cult and not to tell people about it, and he does anyway, which is bad. All right, he didn't listen to the game. He's not gonna get in the cult. That's one. All right, so then this is the one he released yesterday was like a sequel to the first one he did about the motherfucking the game, the Kanye Quest. All right, and so they found apparently the leader of this Ascensionism cult, right? That the game is like based around, and he says, for your protection, you know, for the person that invented the cult, for their protection, we're not gonna like use their real audio from this interview. We're gonna have an actor redo the lines, and then at the beginning they say her full name, middle name, and all. I want to know how the fuck that keeps someone anonymous, MatPat. You've been exposed. You're a bad journalist. You got an actor.
Do they worship the devil or worship the game?
The game is to get new people in the cult. They want to ascend. They want to go to a higher plane of existence. But I just think it's kind of funny that he hired an actor to go back through this interview and record the lines that the other person said.
It kind of sounds like MatPat might actually be
like
the creator.
Floating off.
MatPat's the leader.
Yeah, MatPat's the leader of Ascensionism.
Believe in floating off into heaven without dying.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that don't happen. Everybody dies.
Yeah, it would have happened to me already if that was a real thing. You know, I would be up there fucking finger banging Jesus.
Well, everyone, it's time. And now it's officially time.
Oh man, it's the sweatiest time. I need the fan. Oh boy.
The lizard is signing out.
All right, you have a great time, lizard.
We're gonna go listen to some fireworks.
Oh man, play some Judas Priest while you do it.
Here you go, buddy.
All right. Today we're getting into the fan fiction. All right, let me scoot up. Let me get into the schmeat here. Yeah, how are you gonna do this? How are you gonna change the pictures, bud?
I'm gonna try. All right, say it.
Say, Taking Liberty is the name.
Okay.
It's the name of this fan fiction.
Did it work?
Ah, yeah. Okay, you know, I like this fan fiction now. That's a thick ass Lady Liberty.
Yeah, hold on, wait. I just realized what I also have forgotten to do. I forgot one hotkey.
God, talk about a little thicky. Little thicky. Fliz, you better hurry up. I'm gonna start jacking it. I don't want to blow my load before I'm ready. Are we gonna read the notes or anything like that, or are we just gonna jump right in?
We're probably just gonna jump right in.
All right. You gonna be my scroll boy?
Yeah. So.
All right. People have only as much liberty as they have the intelligence to want and the courage to take. Emma Goldman, that sexy fox. Ooh, is it my turn? She asks with a smile because Steve's dropped his towel by now. She has barely any trace of an accent now. He wouldn't even hear the last of the French if he didn't know to listen for it. She's New York. She's the whole state of New York. New York now.
New York now.
Which makes sense given that she's been in New York for over a century. That's a long time. I figure I should go first, Steve answers, because it seems only fair to be the first one undressed. Let the lady know what she's getting into. Some big old dick. She seems to have a pretty good idea already, though, confident and smiling in a way that just suggests. They kiss because he wants to kiss her, and she doesn't shy away when he moves to do so. And she's cold to start with. What? She's made of metal. Oh. Why would she be anything but? That's true, yeah. You know, you always got to assume. Whenever I start reading a fan fiction, I always just start from the baseline that every character is made of metal.
You understand.
But her skin, though cold, though definitely metal, is somehow flesh too. That, he supposes, is what you get with magic. But it's still strange. Still new. You know you were supposed to be safe with me, Steve says. He's not exactly a bodyguard, but she's never been into New York before. Not like this. Not herself. Aren't I safe with you? She asks, biting back a smile. She sheds the diadem almost immediately as soon as he pulls back enough to let her. And the Stola and Pella are next. She pushes them off her body and lets her nether. Interfering nor pressuring. Oh, neither. No, not nether. Neither. Interfering nor pressuring. He allows her own pace. But she's older than he is, and maybe she's been missing this kind of contact the same way he has. When her clothes are loosened, she lets them go for them to fall. Fluttering down with the strange melodic wind chime sounds of metal turned supple. Oh my. And he can't help but be in awe of her, his gaze raking over her body like some sort of rake. Steve's slept with a few people before he Heeses never experienced the sensation of maybe we shouldn't. That seems to plague the men in those books you find in airports. I don't know if we should do this. It feels so wrong, but it feels so right. Steve doesn't feel like that at all. Lady Liberty is a statue. Gross. But this is a very much not a statue. Hot. Libertà is a woman, and she is magnificently handsome.
That was just because you're stupid.
Yeah. Strong-jawed and broad-shouldered. She's shorter than him, but there's no less strength in her. Though her hair is full and thick, wisps curl against her skin like the kiss curls of the Flapper Girls. Wow, man, is this Playboy the Beast? These bars, though. Steve used to look at the pictures Steve used to look at pictures of in his mother's old magazines. Her collarbones are sharp and symmetrical. Her breasts high and small. And her stomach isn't flat, but curves gently from her ribcage, defined by health and labor. Her hips wider than he might have thought them to be beneath her stola. Between her legs, more jade-colored kiss-curled tendrils swirl upward, a chevron that climbs to an artistic point on her lower stomach. Oh, man, she vajazzles. She does the scaping. Hair in the neoclassical style. Her thighs are broad and smooth, dappled further back with the silver green lines of a body grown strong, and the power in her physique is visible enough in her limbs that the simmer of want in his stomach warms a little more with it. Strong features, a body shaped by hard work, sharp gaze despite her blank eyes, and a wry smile when Steve talks. She knows what she wants. She told him as much. You know, he says, shaking his head, I grew up with you. I used to stare at you 70 years ago. You haven't aged a day. Flatterer! She laughs. You weren't there for my restorations. But she's still smiling and settles her arms over his shoulders. So it's true what people say about you, huh? You love liberty?
You know who they're talking about yet?
Nope. And he laughs, too, as he settles his hands at her waist. He doesn't want to rush things.
Hold on, wait. I gotta get the... Yeah.
Ah, I figured. I figured with it being Steve.
Yeah.
Where was I? Hang on, stop. And he laughs, too, as he settles his hands at her waist. He doesn't want to rush things. Not now. But she shows her enthusiasm a moment later, presses her body up against his. He gasps at how cold she is on his bare skin. Hasn't thought to expect it, and she smiles, eyes crinkling and at the corners. Even though they have no irises, no pupils, though they're smooth and blank. There's a warmth in them and a languidness to the tilt of her head as she stands with him, almost but not quite, kissing him again. Listen, he says, as much as I admire architecture and as much as the concept of liberty is absolutely dear to my heart, And then he searches her face, shakes his head. I never looked at you on your pedestal and thought of you like this. She smiles, offers him another kiss. You want one? The tang of her lips on his for just a moment, and then she steps back, covers his hands with hers where they were resting, warming her waist, and lifts them to her boobies instead. A knowing smile on her metal lips. Her breasts are a little more than a handful to his artist's fingers. He's not an artist. He's a Captain America. But he loves them that way. Cradling the cold, fern-colored flesh in his hands, he stares for a moment, arrested by the sight of his huge palms cupping her tiny, tiny boobies, holding them as carefully as he might hold the leaves.
Tiny, tiny boobies?
No, that's not in there. I had to add in some spice, man. This is boring. Her color reminds him of... What? Holding them as carefully as he might hold the leaves her color reminds him of. Okay, this is just so badly written. He leans down to kiss her again, finds her lips have cooled once more, and strokes careful thumbs over the emerald nip-nips. She breathes hard through her nose. and then hums into his mouth with a low rumble of metal. Ka-chunk. How is this even possible? He murmurs, because he does love architecture, and he knows for a fact that Bartholdi and Eiffel never molded lungs, didn't give her the working of a human being on the inside. Well, stop it. What is possibility to wonders of experience? She asks. Sorry, hang on. I need to do the voice. What is possibility to wonders of experience? She asks instead.
Oh, it's a little girl cartoon.
Do you think they gave me stretch marks?
It's fucking fairy cartoon.
I don't think anybody's ever given you anything, dumb bitch. Think you work for everything you have, he answers. She raises one slender eyebrow. Clever boy, she says to the velociraptor. No. She says in her lilting voice. It resonates through him because it resonates through her. And he finds that it doesn't prickle to be called that by someone who's older than him, even by the calendar. There aren't many people he knows who are older than him according to the year they came into existence. It's true, isn't it? Hasn't always been easy, but I think maybe it's your turn to work for me. He tamps down the excitement that bubbles up and tries not to... Oh, wait, no, that was her. Whatever, I'm not going back now. Absolutely, he says, the taste of her on his lips when he wets them. Please, how do you want to do this? She scrapes her teeth over her lower lip as she smiles. Unexposed to air due to the fierce determination in her expression. Day to day, the copper is so pale that her teeth are almost white. Dude, that'd be gross. Can you imagine copper-colored teeth? It would look like the worst grill in the world. I will have time, pretty boy, she says. Maybe you should be on top. I thought they were the same size. What? I don't understand this. Scroll. Yeah, because you kept going all slow while I was trying to read. It made it impossible. He laughs, startled into it, but getting him to laugh seems to have been what she wanted. Here, she says, and pulls him down with her. Lie with me. And he does. Goes with her to lie by her side, settling next to her, and they lie face to face, he with one hand on her waist, she with one hand at his chest. He kisses her then, eager to keep doing it because he likes it. Well, duh. It's been a while. And she kisses back. So he kissed her for a while before she kissed him back? She was just finally like, fine. A soft brush of lips slowly coming up to meet her body temperature. He lets his hands roam over her skin. Still not used to how metal feels when it's still metal but human too. Yeah, he's not used to this logical fallacy I've put into my story to make it seem sexier. It would be a lot dude, he's superhuman. He could fuck something metal. I bet his fleshlight is made of razor blades. He's Captain America. And strokes over her breasts. Follows the curve of her side, and then she turns onto her back, twisting her shoulders away from him to settle herself laid out for him, and he pulls his head forward by... And, oh, okay, so I'm assuming this is her doing it. Yeah. And pulls his head forward by his hair to kiss him this time. He goes easily, propping himself up on one arm to lean over. He's always had a thing for women who know what they want and aren't afraid to make him give it. And he tries not to think too hard about it. What? Is this a story where Captain America fucking comes in his pants? He's like, man, I can't think about fucking Lady Liberty. I'm gonna red, white, and blue.
Yeah, keep talking. I want to check something. Okay, you're good.
He kisses her. Oh, wait, no. Yeah, no, sorry. That's the next part. Instead, the next time their kisses Peter Parker out, if you will. He brings his hand up between them and licks the flat of his finger to get them nice and wet. He's learned a lot of little tricks in his time being frozen, but he knows the first and foremost that number one rule of pleasuring a vagina is you don't go in dry. All right, pro tip, Captain America. If y'all been, pre-gaming and making out for like 15 minutes and she's still dry, just leave, bud. Like, fuck.
She's metal, though.
I mean, but she's also flesh, too, so I don't know. There's probably like some... No, man. There's probably just some like molten lava shit, you know, like in the Terminator.
To make thicken.
She watches him do it, settled in his pillows like he's always belonged there, and looks wry about it. And then she bends one leg at the knee and drops it outward like a challenge, pushes both hands into his hair, and pulls him down again. He's not looking to rush. Not tonight. We can take our time, he says, brushing the dry backs of his wet fingers down the length of her torso. And she plays with his hair a little. Hers is heavy, thick, and sculpted. And she acts like he's a novelty. I'm 135. I'm 135, she answers. Do you think that my spirit has never wandered? He looks down at her, strong, beautiful, and looking right back up at him with a distinct dryness to her smile. It sounds like she's just not into this. Everything they say about Lady Liberty, it's like she just like doesn't really want to fuck Captain America. It's like part of her contract. Well then, I'm guessing you know what you like, he says, and she raises an eyebrow at him. She doesn't say otherwise. And she just doesn't even want to bang him. And he kisses her again, unfolds his hand, just places it in between her legs over her labia, cupping soft, cool flesh to press his palm against. You're not supposed to... The palm? What are you trying to do? You trying to fist America?
Let me palm your labia.
Yeah, let me palm your labia. That's my new pickup line. Oh, Drop Baby merch coming soon. Check the description. She says into his mouth, and he massages his palm in small circles while her fingers flex in his hair. Yeah, maybe you should be flexing your fingers in her hair. Did you ever think about that, Cap?
Cap's an old school.
Yeah, he just slaps the pussy and leaves.
Let me palm that baby girl. It's all the warm up we need.
Fits his middle finger down the center of her labia and just puts a little pressure there. Just shifts his skin. He can feel her smile against his mouth, and she rolls her hips up to meet him. The next time he flexes his palm, man. You ever flex your palm?
You wanna jump in?
No, man, no. It's just getting good. What are you talking about?
No, we're gonna jump in.
No, we just got past all this shit. I want to hear him palm her labia. Don't ruin this for me, man.
Okay.
Yeah, here we go. Right here. It's pretty good, she says, and he looks at her. So close, his eyes cross. So he's just insane, palming a labia, eyes crossed like, what do you mean this doesn't feel good? I'm Captain America.
Dude, I'm planning a skit for you, dude. This fucking Captain America.
Yeah, he murmurs, biting back his own smile. So he just thinks this is funny. And she laughs on a breath and nods, scraping her teeth over her lip again. And then she does the same for him. What, palms his labia? One of her hands slips from his hair and drops. And then she's winding her fingers around the length of his erection. Winding her fingers around it? Wait, what? I was imagining some crazy shit. Okay. He feels his face crease up as he smiles. Her finger's not at his body temperature yet, and her nose wrinkles with amusement too. It's weird. No, it's weird, she says, not quite laughing. And he looks down at where her jade green fingers are wrapped around his very much not green dick. Yep, he chuckles. It's nice though, I guess, she says, and he looks at her face again and nods. It is actually, yeah. What the fuck is wrong with Captain America? She searches his face with her gaze for a moment. You know, she says, when you were lost, the city mourned. Steve narrows his eyes a little. Aye, he says. I know you know, she says. I just didn't know you knew, he answered as he continues palming the fuck out of that labia. We all knew, she answers. Boy, from Brooklyn we all knew. New York celebrated the end of it, the war, but they wept for you. They put your statue at my feet, and I was sad. And they took it away when you came back, and I was sad. He searches her face, knowing he's missing something, and the hand in his hair curls in the strands instead of stroking. It's her other hand that starts to stroke. Okay, hang on. I think I know what's going to happen. She's going to admit while they're fucking that she fucked the Steve statue. That when he went missing, she was like, oh, this is my last chance to bone Captain America.
Alright, let's see.
Let's see. I always did like to look down at you. She tells him, say, dude, I'm telling you. Steve feels himself flush red, mouth falling open at the strength in her hands, but wets his lips anyway. Dude, so she's just fucking like gorilla gripping his cock with her fucking metal hand. This is sounding more and more uncomfortable as it goes. Yeah, he says, always like looking up at you too. And she smiles and then she laughs. Well then, she says, smirking, showing all those pretty peach teeth as she lets go of his dick and lifts her chin. For old time's sake. He bites his lip for a moment. Dude, they're not going to have lips left after this. If they keep biting their lips, like, Jesus, fuck. He bites his lips a moment later and dips in for another kiss. She tastes like pennies. Like the water used to taste sometimes when he was a child. Oh, I got deja vu right now. Did we already read this once?
No, I've talked about this
Okay.
a lot.
Okay, all right. I was like, dude, I know that's, like, I remember hearing that. The scent of her metallic in the back of his throat, like hot afternoons counting change at Coney Island. Weirdly specific. She's in his sense like a memory. He realizes, and she smiles at him like someone who's known him for years. Before he can duck down any further, she releases his hair and runs her fingers over his cheek, cups his chin a moment. I meant what I told you, she says. The city, my city, she wept for you. But Steve isn't about to let this shit go bad just because she's sad. He's trying to bang. I'm sorry, sweetheart, he says angrily and kisses her one more time. Now let me make it up to you already. Fuck.
Hey, jump, man.
I thought it was getting good. He was palming labia. Fine, jump in. Jump farther down. Come on, farther. If you're gonna go in, go in. Alright, that's good. Hang on. No, go up. I want to start. I want to start here. He answers and pushes his face a little closer. She mutters, hands going tight in his hair. One disappears from his head a moment later, and he looks up to find her stroking her hand over her chest, between her boobies, and then over them. It's not a difficult thing to do, to say where he is and what he's doing. What? The other important thing he's learned from doing this, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Palm that labia, baby. He says, not that he needs to ask, but liking to ask anyway. And she says, hey, just about as enthusiastically as he's ever heard anybody say. He goes a little harder, a little faster, dials up the suction a little more, and keeps his tongue moving. He does pull back once, licks over her clitoris once or twice just to make it last a few extra seconds, but goes back to it as soon enough when she draws her knees a little closer to her chest and keeps right on going. The same thing until her nose came a little until her noises came a little faster. I was like, what? Coming out your nose? Gross. Until her breathing isn't quite as measured. He manages to get his other hand under her thigh to brace his shoulder against it while he works with his mouth and his other hand, palming it, and he curls his arm around her backside and splays his fingers against the small of her back when she arches her spine.
This is just...
Oh my God.
No one cares about eating pussy. That's not sexy.
Speak for yourself.
I'm trying to set the women audience.
Whenever you're ready, she says, boy from Brooklyn. And he touches his nose to hers and nuzzles for a moment. They kiss again briefly. God damn it.
No,
What?
we gotta find the good part.
Oh no. You're telling me palming the labia wasn't the best part? Fucking psychotic. Fliz is bad at setting up the podcast. I just want to throw that out there. Jake is the best host. Hashtag Jake is the best host. West Coast best host. You know what they say.
Alright, start right here.
Oh my god. Okay. He does like to suck dick. It's not like he's any stranger to that, but it has been a while. And the last one he sucked was flesh and blood. Gross. The weight of this is different on his tongue. Wait, does she have a dick? The give of it is different, but it's not like he's never given a blowjob sideways on before, and he takes maybe a good 6 inches or so before his throat seems to notice. Oh. Easy, she says. Remember, we have lube. You don't need lube if you're... Dude, the person who wrote the person who wrote this has never had sex.
With a statue.
With a person. Steve pulls it off for a second. Yeah, but I like sucking dick, he says, and she laughs, strokes his cheeks as he takes it a little deeper. I'm imagining these are his butt cheeks, by the way. She cards her fingers through his hair. He does really like having hands in his hair, and just touches his head and face for a moment or two, and he tries to do it the way he would if he were sucking a flesh and blood cock. But he finds it's harder to be enthusiastic about sucking it when he'd really rather be riding it instead. Oh my. Yeah? She asks as he pulls back and licks his lips, and he looks up at her as best he can from where he's lying on his stomach. What do you want me to do? She looks down at him like he hung the moon. That's racist. Eyes slitted over a wide, warm smile, still stroking his hair. Head down, she says. But, and he laughs. Right, I got it, he says. All right, okay.
I love this skinny fucking voice.
You sure? She asks and nods, pushing up onto all fours. Yeah, sure, he says. I can assume the position. It's muscle memory at this point, after all. Holy fuck. He's never more aware of how naked he is until he's got his head down and his ass up. That's the way he likes to fuck America. 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 Thank you guys for tuning into the Drop Bait podcast. Yep, that's it. Captain America's getting ass fucked.
This is what I figured she'd be like after.
Yeah, that makes sense. Just everybody remember.
Let me just go